Erfurt is a small town in the central German state of Thuringia.
You know, when I think of Christmas, I think of the Christmas market in Germany. It's so exciting. People come from everywhere. It's really a celebration of life. The Gluewein, the Bratwurst. Oh, mwah, love it.
So the local people love the sausages grilled on curl. This is the most important thing. For the sausage we use briquettes because we fire it up at 10 o'clock and then we have the exactly temperature to grill all our lunchtime. For 3 or 4 hours we can work on it, and it becomes very heaty in the first time and then becomes a nice temperature around 250, 280 degrees. It's an Erfurt company and they create the mustard for us, or for all. And so then we have the sausage, put the mustard on it, and then it should be very tasty.
So my name is Sabine, and I'm a local guide here in Erfurt City, especially in the old synagogue where we are now and stand in front of. This is a museum for 10 years now, and it's a really special thing because the museum was, let's say, refounded. The house was here over centuries, but nobody remembered for what it was built, for which using it was built. So there was a Jewish community here in this big trade town. We are now here inside in the ground floor of the old synagogue, and here the exhibition is dealing with the history of the building itself, how they built and when they built the first synagogues here. Though in the Gothic time it was a bigger Jewish community, all the Jews settled down as traders along the trade routes, and they built a Gothic styled synagogue, like you can see here, with Gothic windows and a round window. And we can have a look inside. It was really like a house of faith. Very similar to the churches around, but of course without a tower. And this shape they changed a generation later. They enlarged it a little bit. At the end, nowadays we have this building from the wall footing to the roof from the 13th and 14th century. So it's the only synagogue survived without damaging in the mid of Europe. At the showcase from the Jewish wedding ring, and this is really special because the Jewish wedding rings are so seldom from medieval times in Europe. They only found 3 in total. The wedding ring was only for the bride, and the bridegroom had to pay the ring. In our case, it's about 21 grams of nearly pure gold. So high costs for the bridegroom, and there were negotiations before the wedding between the bridegroom and the father of the bride. So here we are in the cellar of the synagogue, and actually we can present a treasure, we call it the treasure of Erfurt, from gold and silver, which was found in 1998. It's not so long ago, but at the end the researchers are very, very excited because there was a Jewish family hid this treasure under the staircase of the cellar in the mid of the 14th century. It was a gruesome year and day because there was a persecution in town. The Christian people of Erfurt, they killed all the Jews on one day. They were afraid of the plague, a big pestilence here in town, and they blamed the Jews to poison the wells. So at the end, nobody survived from the Jewish community, but this family, before they died, they could hid the treasure under the cell, in the staircase of the cellar. And so Now we found it. Actually, a construction worker found it, and at the beginning he only found this silver bowl. He thought it was maybe an ashtray, and they really used it as an ashtray for 2 days. Then the researchers thought, oh no, this is something worthwhile. Where did you find it? And at the end, with metal detectors and colleagues, they found 28 kilograms of gold and silver, which is presented here.
The merchant bridge was built in 1325 over the Jura River.
My name is Julian. I'm here to represent the Stone Protection Association. I'm representing 13 different bakeries which got together in an association to protect the Erfurt stone, which is called a Schätzchen. So the stone is a very easy yeast product which got first reference in 1329 in Naumburg, which back then was still a part of Thuringia, where the local bishop had made an edict for his local bakeries in his town that they have to give him on the second day of Christmas 2 6-feet-long white breads. The stone here in Erfurt is called Schätzchen, and please don't freak out, but it's from the very old word Scheit, which is like a wooden log. It's a German word, and because it looked like a little wooden log back then, right now they don't look similar.
My name is Christian, and I welcome you to the organic children's bakery. Since many years, this bakery is a place where children can come in and learn about the traditional craft of bakery. They can learn something about food. Depends from the age, the children get any information about agriculture and about farming. Also maybe that the animals have to be killed. The children of the cow, that they have to be killed to get the meat from it, for example, and the children accept it. Some don't know it, and some children say, oh my God, they do decorate, but it's not like you know it with chocolate or something like this. This is too much for you. They are very creative. Normally they not only do like this, they have the information, they have the idea to be creative and to think about how can I do it, and sometimes they create their own cookies. At the end we do like we add some sugar on the cookies, and this is then traditional cookie in Germany. Very simple of the recipe, very tasteful. The children get from us the dough, they roll up the dough, and then they shape these cookies, and our part is to do it inside the oven, so they get information about where's the butter coming from, what is necessary to get it, what is about the milk, what is about the cows, the milk's coming from. This product is a so-called Stollen or Schätzchen. These are the 2 words we have only here in Germany for this. I think there's no translation because it's a very special thing here in Germany. Very traditional pastry. This Stollen is made here in Erfurt from a very little traditional bakery, and it's organic. This is a special thing. Here in this bakery, we only sell or offer things that is organic. Maybe I can show you how it's inside. Let's just open it. So you can see there are many things inside. It's a very sweet pastry.
Behind me you can see the pyramid from the Erzgebirge, from the mountains. It is 12 meters high and consists of 3 floors with a total of 30 figures. It has been given to the merchants of the Christmas market to the city in 2005. On the first floor you see figures that are related to the Christmas market, like a Christmas booth, a Santa, people who are buying things at the Christmas market. The second floor shows figures from the Erzgebirge mountains, like a snowman. On the third floor you see figures that are related to the history of Erfurt, like for example Saint Boniface. He was the one who first mentioned the city. Then Martin Luther, he lived here for 10 years. Then we can see the mathematician Adam Ries. On the last 2 floors you see choir singers and fanfare angels. And the top resembles to the cathedral St. Mary's.
I'm Andreas Müller. You are in the restaurant Zum Nord in Erfurt, and we have prepared during dumplings for you. It's a very simple recipe. You need only potatoes and potatoes and potatoes. And we prepared the potatoes in many distinctions, and we have potatoes, half and half. One of the potatoes we grind with a rib. You can use the old-fashioned style. The next step, we need the kitchen towel and put in the potato. And then we squeeze out the potato juice. In the next step, you make the cooked potatoes, cook another one of the potatoes cooking. And then when it's very smooth and press, and then you make a mashed potato. The potato dough is very soft and smooth. Water in the hand, and then we need the potato dough. In the middle, we put the crumbs, the bread crumbs. You have the dumpling bigger. It's from the grandma. Very important, you have a big pot with many of water, with good salt water, just like the ocean. Tastes like the ocean, it's important. And then the water must boil. And then we give the dumplings in the water, and then no more boil. It's only for 10 minutes, and when the dumplings come up, 5 minutes and dumplings are ready.
I've been hearing incredible things about Andreas. He's an incredible executive chef at this restaurant, and it's a family name. Tell me the name.
The name is Zum Nord.
And it comes back how many years?
How many years? I think it's 25 years.
25?
Yes.
Well, that's not that old, considering Germany is, you know, an old country.
The name is it's older.
Yeah, okay.
The hotel is 25 years here at this space.
What are your specialties?
My specialties, it's Thüringer special. Yeah, we have wild boar from the Thüringer forest. It's very good. Mm-hmm. We have sausages, Thüringer sausages. And
is that Bratwurst or just all
Bratwurst,
kinds?
just called Bratwurst in German. And we have dumplings.
Great dumplings like you just demonstrated.
Yeah, great dumplings, small. Here in the gastronomy we make a little smaller, and my mom makes bigger dumplings.
And your grandma makes even bigger.
Yeah, the biggest.
They keep growing by the generation.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that they're very, very soft, very tender, and you can easily apply them with a fork, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah, it's important.
Yes.
Important rule from Thüringer, the dumplings are waiting for the guests, not the guests waiting of the dumplings.
That's what's so great about travel. You get to taste all these things, be introduced to all these wonderful dishes everywhere around the world. And the German dishes are very special, especially the Bratwurst, which I have probably eaten a dozen of them and love it. It's just fantastic. And the difference between the seasoning inside. Yeah. And in some of the other dishes, you said wild boar, and then you have other dishes like what, for instance?
You have steaks from Thüringer beef. We have good beef in Thüringer. Mm-hmm. And we have vegetarian dishes. It's very important.
Oh, sure.
At the time. Yeah.
Sure.
It's for the climate.
And everyone's so conscious of, you know, organic food and being vegetarians and so forth.
We have eggs from Steffi. It's a neighbor of us.
And they're really yellow inside. I mean, it's
yellow inside, and you have white eggs, brown and green at the outside.
On the outside.
Yeah.
But the difference of a farm egg compared to a city egg is totally different. I mean,
Yeah.
the chickens, first of all, are eating different things. They're not being pumped with steroids, so you get a different flavor.
Chicken are only feed with grass.
Exactly.
Yeah, green grass and a little bit of corn, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that makes a big difference in the food.
That's the difference. And the beef, it's the same in Thuringia. It's not slaughtering, it's shooting on the green, at the grass.
I don't understand this thing about dumplings, so maybe you can explain it.
Yeah. The recipe is very simple. You have a recipe from the great mother, to the mother, to the daughter, to the son. And this, it's only recipe with taste on our finger taste. And
Loving hands.
yeah, loving hands. It's you're cooking with heart, this recipe.
It's a feeling.
Yeah, the recipe, it's different from town to town to town in Thuringia. You have only different recipes for dumplings in Thuringia. It gives not the really only recipe of Thuringia dumplings. It's different from mother to great mother to mom and dad.
It's all about the feeling.
It's only feeling, yeah. And the potatoes work very good. You need very good potatoes.
Well, I thank you so much for sharing your experiences here, and I can't wait to have dinner here, and,
Yeah.
and then I'll tell you all about it after.
Yeah. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back.
Jon Haggins, the GlobeTrotter, is like no other travel book in the world. When I think of travel, I think of friends from around the world. I've traveled to Malaysia, Thailand, India, everywhere. You're going to absolutely love the book. And the recipes, you will whet your appetite with these incredible aromatic recipes. Remember, my world is your world. So get up, get out, and travel.
So here we are at our fish market, the center of the center, and behind the train one can see our city hall. There is a balcony on the left hand. Next to the balcony one can see a missioner who mentioned Erfurt for the first time. It was in the 8th century, but on the right hand side one can see Martin Luther. He studied here. He came to Erfurt as a young man. He was 17 years old and he came to study at the old university. He was very fast and industrial by studying, and so he made the master degree after 4 years, and his father wanted him to study law. But the law studies he interrupted immediately because he decided to become a monk. At the end he was a monk here for 5 years in our Augustinian monastery.
I'm Wolfgang Zweigler. I'm come from the foundation of the Krämer Brücke in German, and I say it in German. In the Middle Age, Erfurt was an important marketplace, and Erfurt is situated on the river. This river you can see here. It's normally a small river, and it's no problem to cross him in such a ford. But in spring times, when the snow melts in the Thuringia forest, it may be a big stream, and then you need a bridge.
There are many school kids in town.
My name is Marianne Griggs. I'm working for the Goldham manufactory since 3 years, and the company is based in Erfurt. We produce chocolate, I would say the best chocolate, of course, in Erfurt. At the beginning of our business, we produced every chocolate here in this little shop. It was at the beginning a cafe where he started to make the pralines, chocolate. All our chocolate is handmade. After the Berlin Wall came down, my boss traveled. He traveled to Australia, New Zealand, and then back to Europe. And then in France, he fell in love with the chocolate. The first product of our company was our chocolate truffle. It's a truffle with 73% of cocoa. You can see it here. It will, if you try, it will melt in your mouth. You don't have to chew. For Christmas we have special products. First I will tell you about these here. We call it ganache. It's a big praline. It's a square. You can see it on the box that it is a square. It has a filling. I can tell you here. This is a cooked apple. We call it Bratapfel. It has a filling of apple and it's covered with a dark chocolate. This is a typical Christmas product. And another one is our stollen. So the filling is stollen and covered with a dark chocolate. We have at Goldham courses, so the customer can book how to make chocolate, how to make ice cream, or to make pralines.
This window has a display of a queen with her head bowed, with her arms draped across a mirror. When you drop a euro into a slot, everything comes to life and moves. It runs for several minutes. It's really fantasy land. It's drama and fun. Stepping inside of puppeteer Martin Gosch is a fairy tale. It's not a museum, but an actual workshop. He starts with a sketch, and then he carves the animated puppet from a wood block into a mobile figure. Erfurt is a small town in the central German state of Thuringia in East Germany.
Welcome to our famous mustard store here in the city of Erfurt. I am Thomas Heinz, the general manager of the company, which is Born Senf and Feinkost, here in the heart of the city. We've been producing mustard and vinegar for 200 years. People in this region are really well connected with the brand. They love the brand, they love the products, and the brand is really a part of their family life. Today we almost offer 40 different varieties of mustard, from sweet to spicy, from fruity. The most and the oldest variety and the most loved variety is our medium hot mustard. And even better, it's the original and the only one mustard to our world famous Thüringer Bratwurst. Every year we have specials in our store. At this time, it's Christmas time, we have a Christmas mustard, which is really with Christmas spices, and we have 3 different varieties. One is Bratapfel, one is Rotwein Pflaume, red wine plum, so to say. We are locally cultivating our mustard seeds in this region. Roughly 7,000 seeds are in this cup and give this product a special flavor. Beside our mustard, we have ketchup as well, we have mayonnaise, we have horseradish, we have vinegar, we have barbecue sauces, and we have funny things like mustard chocolate, and we have hard liquors like gin. Gin is based really on mustard seeds as a special flavor. Our really famous ketchup as well. There we have garlic ketchup, onion ketchup, spicy ketchup, chili ketchup, different kinds of ketchup. And what makes our ketchup really unique is the recipe, which consists of a lot of tomatoes and less sugar compared to our main competitors. If you have a Thüringer Bratwurst, you need to have our mustard on top, because everything else would be not the right thing to do. At Christmas time, we have a Christmas mustard, because people ask for our Christmas mustard every year again. The special thing on our Christmas mustard is there are special Christmas spices in, like honey and like cinnamon, and the rest of it is really secret, you know. We have the freshly tapped mustard here in our store, where you can tap your mustard in the amount you want. Usually we use this kind of glass, and then it's very easy. You take the glass, like in a pub. You are taking a beer. So you put the button, and then there is the mustard coming out very freshly. Freshly means very fresh from our production, and very hot compared to the normal to our normal mustard.
Mustard is made from lots of spices for all tastes. Martin Luther was the father of the Protestant Reformation and was ordained in the Cathedral of St. Mary. The Cathedral of St. Mary sits high on a hill, and it dates back to the 8th century. Even babies love Gluewein, especially the non-alcoholic Gluewein. Everyone comes from around the world to celebrate the Christmas market.
I'm Jon Haggins. I'm here in Erfurt, and I am so excited because it's Christmas time, it's a Christmas market. There's so much history, and of course, Gluewein.
I'm walking up 70 steps to the Cathedral of St. Mary with the best view of the Christmas market. I love the food, the people, and its history, and the carnival rides, and of course the Gluewein.
You know, when I think of Germany, I think of the Christmas markets. It's such a great celebration of life, and the great food here. Unbelievable. And I love the train. the train. Until next week, I'm Jon Haggins, the GlobeTrotter. I'll see you then.
Look forward to seeing you next week for another colorful experience. So long for now.